All right, guys, welcome back to the journey. Let's jump into a game. All right, so we are now down into the low 1600s because my ratings are fluctuating a lot since I took a long break. So if I win this game, I get plus 48 rating points, and if I lose, I get minus 32, which is a lot. Normal game would be 8 points either way, so, big volatility right now, but that's okay. I've decided that I want to focus on making these videos a little bit shorter. So I'm going to try and be a little more selective with what I explain and what I don't. Previously, I'd been trying to really make it super beginner friendly and explain like everything start to finish. And I think that just makes the videos a little too long. So I think for this series, I'm going to try to do target audience kind of like 1,000 ELO and above. It's probably still helpful if you're, anywhere in the range, as long as you're not like total beginner. That's what, at least for the next few videos, that's what I'm going to experiment with. So here we had a Sicilian defense. This is like pretty standard stuff. So there are many options for the knight here. I think I've seen this idea before, but if I go here and they go here, I'm not sure where the knight goes after that. I know for sure both of these are fine. So let's go knight b3. I had a few games ago where I went knight to f5, and black's position was a little bit different, but they took my knight, and we went on to lose that game. But so yeah, we're gonna experiment some more. Let's go knight b3. Okay, develop towards the center, attacking my pawn. I will do the same. Yeah, I really need to do more research on this line. This pin often becomes very uncomfortable because to relieve the pin, I kind of end up not having a good square for my queen. The setup I like to play here is called like the English attack or Yugoslav attack, which I mentioned before, but the setup is something like this, and then you castle queenside. I can't really do that now because black can take here and double the pawns, then castling queenside doesn't look super safe. So I think I should change my plan. They are also threatening to take and then win this pawn. So maybe I'll play f3. f3 or maybe bishop d3. Let's go bishop d3. I'm going to experiment this game. I think my king might be safer if I can castle a kingside and then keep my wall of pawns here like this, as opposed to pushing f3. The problem with pushing f3 is this diagonal long term, my king becomes more vulnerable. There can be some checks at some improper moment. Usually it's okay to play f3 if you can get your bishop on this diagonal to protect yourself, basically. At least that's my experience. Which we should be able to do here. So, this move is playable, but yeah, let's experiment this game. So I'm thinking where to put the bishop. Either bishop e3, bishop g5. This pin might be pretty good. We could also castle. Let's go bishop g5. Normally when they attack you and you have this pin, your default should be to back up. So where would you guys put your queen in the next few moves, and which way do you want to castle in the next few moves? What's your plan? Because you could go like queen here, one of these three squares. My opponent's taking a really long time on this move, which I don't quite understand. I feel like they should just either fianchetto or, get their bishop out. I guess the problem with d6 is then it hems in the bishop from alleviating this pin at some moment. So it kind of commits to this pain. Whereas if black fianchettos, then they could still sort of evacuate and relieve the pressure here at some moment. Actually, here is a teaching moment I want to mention. When you're first starting in chess, this is a very tempting thing to do, to like really chase away this bishop. But as you move up the ranks, players get better and can punish. This is basically like an overreach of your king. It weakens the king too much. And I would say at around like the 1400 range is when people start being good enough to really punish it. And the way you punish it is by keeping your own king safe, but then So like say it goes like this. At some moment, you might open up the rook file and then like the queen is coming in and there's lots of mating ideas and dangerous attacks. So yeah, g5, not advised in this position. Sometimes it's okay. There's no absolutes in chess, but in general, you guys should steer away from this in your games. Wow, so they do go for it. Okay, now I get to put my money where my mouth is and demonstrate how we're going to try to crack this open. If you had a knight here, you could consider the sack here to like maintain this pin. If I had a knight here and if black didn't have this bishop, I think that would be pretty tempting because then it's what I call a forever pin where they can never alleviate the pressure and it's just like super uncomfortable and then maybe like queen comes in. But for now, we just backstep. So they're threatening. If I do nothing, what is black's next move? They could do this, but that's not the move I'm thinking of. They have a more concrete threat. So they can pin it and win it. So the knight's pinned, they push the pawn, the knight can't move, and then they win the knight. If I take, knight takes, there's a lot of pressure here. And then I think it's a bit problematic for me. I could castle. I could also go maybe like a3 to attack the bishop. Actually, what about, so takes. I could just ignore and then like castle and then basically give up a pawn. Bishop takes. But then like my queen can swing in and maybe come attack. So if takes, maybe you guys are thinking, Cody, why don't you just do this? Which I could. Generally, it's kind of sketch to walk into this pin. But that might be the best continuation. Well, maybe just castle it. If I castle and they push, where does this knight go? I could bring it back, but then it's like hemmed in forever, I feel like. And actually taking here opens up this bishop. So let's go ahead and take. Hopefully I'm not blundering another middle game tactic like I have the last 3 games, but yeah, so I think now I just queen d2. I could also potentially castle and give up a pawn here to not walk into this potentially problematic pin. Let's go queen d2. So I'd like to be able to play a3, which would kick this bishop away. They can't backstep here because the knight takes, so they have to abandon this pin. So if they give me time, I really want to play a3. Also, at some moment, I might have some discovery ideas with like this kind of check. So it doesn't work here, but imagine this bishop doesn't exist. If I take, black takes, I get this discovery check, and then I win the queen. So, some problems potentially for black. So yeah, if they take, we take with the pawn, and the bishop still can't backstep because we would take, so they have to abandon. They have to abandon this diagonal. Oh, unexpected. Okay. Ooh, that's a good move. So my problem here is my king is still in the middle and I haven't castled yet. So this push is very strong. I can't take because black could capture and this knight is pinned. I think it's time to castle probably. I considered this move briefly to blockade the pawn so they can't push, but the problem is, well, I mean, they could play here. Very aggressive, but then I think my bishop does get trapped. Oh, well, I guess I could take, though. Wait, maybe this is good. Here, I mean, this is really abandoning the king safety, but yeah, then here, queen could maybe capture, but then after knight takes this, so... Actually, maybe this isn't as scary as I think, because, I mean, even if they push, I can go bishop c4. And then we still have pressure on the king, and we're threatening to take this knight. Okay, let's castle. Let's castle. So I still have some problems in my position, but notice how much more vulnerable the black king is. Like if I can ever get like some sort of battery here, I can get some mating threats. This pawn is loose. Maybe at some moment I might go like h4. Actually, maybe even very soon I might go h4. I guess I can't right away because they could take, and my bishop's trapped because the queen defends. But you can see like the undermining power because like after they take, like queen takes, my bishop's pointed here, we have some checks. It's looking very sketch there for black's king. Whereas, you know, I have my nice little shield still intact. But this pin in this situation is a little uncomfortable. All right, guys, one more thing in this position too that I noticed while editing is if black gives me time to play this, like let's say they just play a move, and I take, they actually can't recapture right away. Can you guys tell me why? So if they take, they're getting mated now. So check, only move. Then how do you guys follow this up? It's mate in 3 in this position. Discovered check. King over. Check. Mate. So it shows you the savagery, potential savagery in the position. It shows you how strong my potential attack is here. And this underlines why these moves are so weakening and why h4 is such a strong idea potentially. Black doesn't have to play this way, so after I take, they don't have to take right away. They can try to like shut down this diagonal, and it's still pretty good for me though. Like I can take with the bishop, and you know it's kind of complicated from here. It says I have a big advantage. They want like rook ad1. I don't know, but yeah, it shows you the potential. I mean, just look how exposed the black king is here. Pretty sketchy. So I hope you guys are having a great day. As always, if there's anything on the game that you have any questions or anything you would have done differently, comment down below. Let me know. All right, let's recapture. This pawn actually does a really good job of restricting this knight. And this knight can't go here either, so. Now before I play this pawn push, so I still can't do it right now because my bishop gets trapped. But just kind of like intuitively, I kind of want to get more pieces out, like maybe get this knight closer to the action or something. Like it doesn't quite feel to me like I have enough to really go checkmate the king right now. So threatening to take this bishop, which is a really important piece for me. If I move it, then they can queen trade, which would be good for them. Their king is less safe than mine, so queen trades would benefit them. Whereas I want to keep the queens on the board because maybe I can get a checkmate or something. So I'm thinking takes. I'm thinking takes, and then maybe like I can swing my queen on this light square diagonal or something. Yeah, I do think this was viable as well. And then after like the queen trade, the knight could have like come in and threatening a fork, and there were some things, but so two plans I see: queen out like this, or maybe reroute this knight first. This push is actually pretty annoying too. Really undermines my king safety. So actually maybe for that reason I should go queen d1 because it defends against that push. Let's try it. Kind of like undeveloping my queen, but I think it has better prospects here, so that's a really good move. So attacking my bishop, aiding this push, also prevents me from getting on this diagonal. And if I move the bishop, then black wants to trade queens and alleviate the pressure. I'm thinking maybe swing out here and let them win this pawn but then I get this pawn, and then they get that pawn. So I'd be going down one pawn, but their king would be so sketch long term. Alternatively, I could go like f3 to prevent this push, and then after they take, I just recapture, and everything's still even. Well, then I would have a pass pawn. Ooh, okay, I can also set up a tactic. So if I go rook e1, if they go for, rook e1, they go for this push, I can actually take the knight because their rook can't recapture because we have that tactic I mentioned earlier with the discovered check winning the undefended queen. So that might be the move. And if they go here, so rook e1, knight takes, I can go in between move check, and then I can decide how I want to recapture either pawn or queen. Oh, I wonder if I can go like queen out, they take, I go rook d1, pinning the knight to the queen, buying myself time to be able to recapture and retain the pawn while still having the queen out here. I'm getting a little low on time. Let's go rook e1. I think this is the trickiest of the moves. So if we get lucky, we might get a quick win here. So yeah, the trap is if they try to push this pawn, then they're in trouble. I win this knight for free, I believe. Ooh, although, oh no, the queen's here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now I could take with the pawn, or I could throw in this check first. Actually, if I have to throw in the check first, otherwise I lose a pawn. So if I take, they take, I recapture, my queen's not defending, and then they take it. So let's go rook takes. And now long term, we have a pass pawn here, which is good. So next I want to get my queen, maybe like queen c2, get the rook somewhere, then maybe make some Luft for my king so there's no back rank issues. So if I go here, my pawn is pinned. They're going to bring their rook out. I'm going to bring my rook out. They can maybe like double up with the queen on this pawn. My knight might have to go somewhere weird. I could also push, but that delays my development further. I could also go rook d or queen d2. Yeah, I guess queen d2, then when they come out, I can push. Let's do that. That's the safest. This also maybe enables like rook e1 at some moment to activate the rook on the open file. So yeah, at this phase, it's about, I want to activate my pieces. My rook's still in the corner, my queen's passive, my knight's on the side of the board. So I want to mobilize them to somehow aid in probably mobilizing these pawns or somehow going after like some weakness in black's camp. We push. This does enable black to kind of get a blockade on these squares though, so it can make advancing these pawns a little more difficult. Since they allowed it, should I do this? Maybe not, because they can attack me and undermine my control. Well, I don't know, because push, if they ever try to attack me, I can like push again maybe. Let's mobilize the rook first. Well, yeah, let's mobilize the rook first, because even if they go here, I can still push because the knight defends. I was worried about like the double pressure on this pawn after this one moves, but I think we're fine. It's a good move by them, so stopping my idea. Yeah, I maybe should have pushed this pawn. I didn't realize they had this move, so. Okay, let's get rid of the back rank issues. Ooh, but they could also double up on this file. And then I have to be kind of passive, but it's probably better. Let's get rid of the back rank issues though, I think still. I don't really see an alternate plan. I can't go here because of the bishop, so yeah, I kind of need to go here. So now I think we want to get the knight maybe where the queen is. So if I can do that, then I can start to aid this, little march. And as always, guys, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. Whew, man, it's hard to find how to mobilize this knight though, because I can't go, like all the squares are like taken, like these are not available. Like literally my only move right now is here, and this doesn't even work because then they can take my pawn. So I think I need to like, this is really ugly, but I think I need to get like queen back, and then like knight here, and then somewhere it's gonna like jump out from there, and they can't take the pawn because my rook would take. I'm gonna go ahead and play my plan. So yeah, they're threatening to push, so I needed to have a square for the knight. Maybe I can go here since there's not as much pressure on this pawn now. And that way, this knight still has a square to go to. Ooh, this would be really annoying. I guess I can go f3. I guess it's okay. Because yeah, otherwise I can't really defend this. I mean, I could go here. It's too passive though. There. I don't think I agree with that. I guess you can like infiltrate. Sort of. Well, I don't have any way to stop this, I don't think. So let's... I guess they could snag this pawn though too, dang. I could also push. Then I can't defend my pawn though. All right, we gotta play this. Getting too low on the clock. So yeah, they could take this pawn, they could infiltrate. My opponent's been playing really well this game, I think. Just really never letting off the pressure here. Maybe push, push. Maybe knight out. Let's go knight out, because maybe I can go here. I just need to mobilize my pieces. Oh, I didn't... Dang. I didn't think about this rook move. This is super... Oof, it's pretty deadly. So rook here, threatening to win this pawn. I maybe have to go queen f1, which is very passive. And then they can maybe set up like a discovery on the queen. But maybe that's where this knight move might help me out, because then the knight move defends against this bishop. Okay, they're stopping the knight move. Good move by them. I might have to just trade queens. Or I could also sidestep, maybe. It's kind of sketch. I can get checked. Really low on the clock now. Okay, let's go for the queen trade. I do still have a pass pawn, but so does black. So their position is definitely better. So now if I can, I'd like to centralize my king. So I might go like this or something. I don't see a way to really attack these. If I do this, they just push. Should I push? I guess let's try this. I forgot about this move though. I was thinking now I could push, but rook in. Rook in is devastating there though. So let's go shoot. 20 seconds. All right, I needed to do this first, I think, before rook over, so that the rook could never infiltrate. Because now I think this move like wins the game for them basically. I have to like very passively protect or something. Oh, this still enables it. Okay, maybe there was no good way out, because yeah, if I go here, they can still... Actually, then I'm like losing the knight. Oh, and I can't do this push now. Oh man. Okay, well I can go... Maybe let's try this. I might just have to like give up a pawn here. So black can take and win this pawn. But then I can... Okay, yeah, so they take, and then I'm probably gonna have to give up another pawn, but basically I'm trying to get rid of black's two passed pawns over here. And if it's just like these pawns versus my king and my rook, at least it's all on one side of the board. I think that would increase my chances of a draw here. Oh, they didn't want the free pawn? Wow, okay. I don't agree with that move at all. Oh, I guess we can look after the game. I might have been able to win this if they had taken here. Okay, let's go king up. I could push. Could also push. I'm running out of time. This was not correct. If I was going to play this move, I should have done it before I moved my king. But because now they can like take me kind of further away from the action, but I just didn't know what else to do. But this does kind of give me a path in, I guess. Because yeah, black can't really promote this pawn. Like this pawn I'm going to take. So black has to like walk the king all the way over. I still need to stay on like this side of the board though a little bit, which is annoying. Because if I push, they push, and then they have a protected pass pawn. Okay, yeah, I think they're winning through those combination of threats on either side of the board. Dang. Okay, I need to like stay kind of in the middle of the board somehow if I can. It might be hard for them to break through. I think if I just like stay here, protecting these pawns, the black king, how does the black king enter? I guess it has to like come all the way around and then maybe force this break and then like come down to like, they need to get their king to this square to like force my rook away. Or here so that like they defend the pawn and then the rook can like swing around or something. So yeah, like they can create another passer over here though is the thing. So that's why I need to stay near this. And I still only have 30 seconds on my clock, so pretty exciting one for you guys. Oh, that's a good move. Dang. Okay. Well, now that this is kind of giving me time to get over here, and then I can do this, but then I think their pass pawn would win because my king would be too far to stop it. So I don't think I can actually take this pawn. But it's important in this position that, okay. Okay, yeah, and I think they take and then they can just basically like promote. Well, I wonder if I go here, and then like here. Wait, one, push, block. But then they can promote and then I take and then they take and then I take and then they promote. I think it's game over. Oh, but I can just stay. Okay, I can stay flexible, but yeah, they get this. Well, if they get this pawn, then I get this pawn, though. Okay, it's not over, man. It's crazy. Crazy one. Okay, now I have a pass pawn. Shoot, I guess I go like here. Oh, I should have gone up. Well, no, because then they take with check. So yeah, I can't really go up. I wanted to prevent this infiltration. I'm kind of in Suksbank. Okay, but if they chase this, then I go up, then they check me, then I take. So now in order to stop this pawn, they have to run away. Or they have to back up here, maybe. Okay. Okay, there's still, we can maybe save this game somehow. Maybe. I think this pawn might be the nail in the coffin after everything like trades off, but we'll see. See, I take, and then if you want this one, I get this one. And then can you promote with this? This might be a, there's a famous rook endgame, or like the most basic one called a Lucina, the Lucina position. And I don't think black can, well, I don't know. I'm not expert enough on that to know whether black's winning here or not. Oh, that's a really good move. But then I can protect, can I go rook here? Because I don't want to let them take my pawn for free. If I go rook here, they start, yeah, no, I think this is the move. They have to go here to prevent me from just running. Yeah, and then I start to run this way, but then they start going this way. Okay, and I wonder if I go here, if I can then like swing around and then maybe like sometimes in these positions you want to attack from like behind the pawns. I don't know. We're still in the fight. Let's go. Let's go. I mean, objectively, I'm pretty sure we're losing, but okay, there. I think we just inch closer. Oh, they're threatening. Okay, well played by black. This is... It's basically GG after that move, ensuring the pawn promotes. Yeah, well played. Well played. Oh, no, I could have saved it. I could have gone rook here. Oh, man. Wow. Okay, well, we're going to still go for like some stalemate stuff or something. Let's see what happens. Let's go like rook here. They're going to check and then win the pawn, maybe. Oh, this is the winner here. Bink. Picking up my rooks. Yeah, you need to stay close to your pieces. Black didn't really allow me to do that. Oh, they missed it. Probably still leads to mate though, but this is maybe the way to set up a... Well, the problem is my rook can still move, so... Oh. Well, yeah, that's checkmate. All right, well, we put up a good fight. Still, my rating is still just plummeting. Oh my god, just pure downwards. Let's take a quick game review. But
some positional missteps let your opponent seize the advantage in the middle game.
I agree with that assessment. So yeah, if you look at the bar over here, like it was very even for the first half, and then at some point things just really turned away. So let's take a look. I want you guys to also notice the rating level for the game. So the computer said my opponent played at a 2250 level. So really high, and that's what I said in the game as well. I thought they played really, really well. And they also said, the computer said that I played at a 1950 level. So not bad. I'll take it, man. Let's go.
Opening with the king.
Okay. Very standard. Okay, all book moves. Good to know for the future. So yeah, castling here, I guess, was the best option. Just get out of this problem. That's something I tell people in the videos a decent amount, is like prevent the problems, get out of the situation. And I did not follow my own advice in this game.
Your pin helps to build pressure on your opponent's knight.
So wow, the computer
is kicked by a pawn and must now move or be captured.
The computer did like this move in this position, so you know, take what I say with a grain of salt, guys. I'm not all knowing. Okay, so
threatens to capture a knight and win material after the follow-on trades.
So they did like this, but I mean, this seems... I don't think you can allow this, though, because, like, if takes, then they get a fork. Right, so, like, here, takes... Oh, they want a3 in between move. Because if you take like this, you get forked. So if they take, you counterattack the bishop. Okay, so that was a way out of that. Okay, that's a good concept to know for next time. If I get in pin trouble, that when the knight recaptures, I can counterattack the bishop. All right.
You missed an opportunity to challenge the opposing rook for the open file. Developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center.
So yeah, they did want this move. Okay, I don't know if I consider that on this turn or in the next turn.
With the rook now developed as well, your passed pawn is protected and is marching down the board. That's not a mistake, but you have a chance to play something better.
This was the moment where I really was considering like flip-flop between either of these two moves, and yeah, I do feel like this was better in lieu of Black's move here.
This move puts the queen on a safer square.
Or this one as well.
You allowed the opponent to set up a blockade.
Oh, I didn't realize I could push there. Dang. Yeah, so blockade is when the bishop controls these squares.
There were worse moves, but also something much better.
Yeah, so I could have pushed. Oh, I could have pushed. The reason I got tripped up on this is like, oh yeah, they just can't take because my rook captures their queen. Like their pieces are just like kind of backwards for this. Okay.
You this. Oops, you gave up a pawn.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
There was a moment to punish your opponent's error, but you let it pass.
To punish their
Advancing
error.
the pawns in front of the king.
I go here.
Compromise the king's safety.
You go here. What do you... Queen f1? They say queen f1 is fine, but... Well, fine. I'm down like a pawn, but... I don't know. I mean, then like this. This is what I was worried about. They say this is okay? What? They say c5. I mean, I guess maybe they just don't have like a good rook like reveal. Like if they take, I can just take. If they go here, so like let's say I push, let's say they go here. Oh wow, they even have rook takes c2. Takes. Okay, all right. I guess it was defendable. I think my decision was somewhat reasonable though, just given my time constraint as well. I was low on the clock. So yeah, I mean, we put up a good fight here, man. They had to really earn this one. Like, so some key elements from this endgame was I kept my king in the middle to kind of be flexible to both sides of the board because there were threats on both sides of the board. And I was able to sort of stay and defend them. And yeah, this plan, this was awesome. So I think in this moment, after rook here, I have to go rook to the corner to prevent this promotion. But then, I mean, I'm still going to lose because like they're going to just march this pawn down. So like I go here, they take, and then they can march the pawn down and win. So yeah, what did they want instead? Let's see.
This isn't a mistake, but
this
is the strongest option.
So like here, king takes. I just have like no counterplay. Like here, I can't infiltrate anymore now because the rook controls. So like, I guess they want you to like throw in a check. And then here it's game over because now if you try to do the same thing, the rook can play to the back rank now and you can't take because the king can take. So yeah, I forced black to earn the victory and they did. So, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.